Good morning, everyone. It is Friday. So it is Friday, the 9th of May, the month that we call May, the day that we call Friday, the date that we call the 9th, in the year that we call 2025. It is 5:54 a.m. on in Eastern Standard Time here in Maine this morning. So good morning to you all. I hope everyone is doing well. All right. So let me just get comfy here and we'll get started. So that video did go up on Rumble the other day. That made it up. I'm going to keep trying to keep them short. Some of you were saying you didn't think it was tech problems, that you thought maybe it was just, well, for lack of better words, my channel getting kind of screwed with. But I can't even imagine that. That channel is so small. There's very few viewers over there. And I would imagine I stay under the radar is what I'm thinking. But I really do think it was some technical difficulties. The short video went up. It processed no problem. So what had been happening was it would go up and it would say processing. And there's a green line that shows me its progress as it processes. And then it will process, and then it begins the upload phase. And it just wouldn't process. That green line would never move. And then it would say, a long time later, upload failed, try again. And so I'd try it again and try it again. And then I'd just cancel it out completely, and I'd start from fresh, and it just wouldn't go up. And then, like I said, you just can't spend all day doing that, because I have to work off of my equipment. And when it's in the middle of that processing and upload, it kind of bogs everything down. And, it bogs everything down, makes everything run slow and wonky while it's processing. So I really can't just spend all day doing it. And I would try it at different times of the day, thinking maybe it's an internet, maybe a lot of people are uploading to Rumble right now, whatever. And yeah, I could even try it in the middle of the night. It just wasn't working. So I don't know. I got it up the other day. That short video went up, no problem. So I'm grateful for that. And I'll keep trying to keep them short, just to see how it goes from here. Someone said, well, we've watched people do like 3-hour video, and I think they go live when they do that. And the reason why I don't do that is because they have equipment to go, they have equipment that helps them go live and helps everything run smooth. And because I have 2 channels, if I went live, I would need equipment that would help stream that to both of my channels. And so I don't do that. I have to record and then I upload. So it's a little bit different, because this is just a home production. And those people are invested, right? They've invested in equipment and things to make their channels, be able to run that way. And I haven't. So I'm just, as it says in my description, this is a home production. And it really is. It's a home production with me just doing a recording and then uploading it to my channels. And you never know what might happen in the middle of my recording. Someone could show up. There could be a knock on the door. The dog could bark. You just don't know. That's why I have it right in my description. This is a home production. But anyway, I got it up, so that's good. Now, I planned on coming on yesterday, you guys, but geez, the morning got away from me, and then I couldn't. And I was hoping that I might have some time in the afternoon, but I didn't. So one of the questions that somebody had asked me to look into was, what would Trump's announcement be, the big announcement that he had looked into? I think we missed the boat on that, guys, because yesterday on Victory Day, he announced that we had come to a fair trade deal with the UK, and that's kind of a big deal. Also, if you guys have been keeping up, 17 days after the Pope died, a new Pope was installed, and this one is from the United States. And I know people are flipping a nut and they're saying another liberal Pope, but he's not as liberal as Francis. And you can't tell me with the 17 days after the last Pope died and this Pope from America being installed that this isn't full control. I think it is. So I'm not worried about it at all, but we'll look at it. There's some, and also we got that lots would be coming out. Now that the Pope had died, a lot of things would come out. Have you seen the scandalous shit that's coming out on Pope Francis being announced, not just to the conspiracy theorists who've been digging down into rabbit holes for forever and knows how shady this guy is, but this is hitting the news, the scandals that are surrounding this guy. So, yeah, it's exciting to see truths, things that we've been holding on to for years, knowing about, that we've dug into, to finally be, all these years later, to be coming out and about. So it's exciting. The healing intentions is set for you folks as per the usual. So if you want them and you choose to receive them, decree it first for your highest and greatest good, only and always, and then just gradually breathe that in through the nose and out through the mouth, and just integrate that into the body for as long as you choose to do that. All right, and the second thing is, don't follow those links from anybody in the comment sections soliciting you for anything. They're scammers. Don't do it. Be careful with links always. So let's see, where do we want to start? Okay, so you guys had lots of questions. Well, let's just start with looking at the installation of the Pope, the new Pope, 17 days after Pope Francis died. Some people are freaking out saying this guy's another liberal, blah, 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 but he's not as liberal as Pope Francis. He could have been playing that he was liberal. It seems as though that 17 is quite a calm there. And let's just see. Let's see what the universe has to say about that. So we want to know, is this new Pope that has just been installed as of yesterday from America, is this full control? Is that 17 days after Pope Francis passing, being announced that he passed to the world anyways? Is this a calm? Is this new Pope full control to usher in a new age of, part of what's going to usher in a new age of healing, and fixing things that were broken? Let's just ask it that way. Please and thank you with one card. They want to talk. 5. So 5 is great change. So this guy's bringing in great change. Some people are upset about it. They're focused on some things and they're upset about it. They're not looking at the good stuff behind them. So they're not following the comms. They're not following the things. But this guy's going to bring in great change. This is heavenly, heaven sent, highly guided, you guys. Changing the church completely. Another 5, great change. This is very wish fulfilling. So what does the universe want to tell us about it? This guy is, we got the 2 5s here. So we got the 5 of Cups. People are freaking out. They're having a lot of feelings. They're focusing on things. And this is what I've seen online too. They're focusing on things that made him look a bit liberal. And they're upset, right? But they're not looking behind them at the things that are good. This guy with this 5 is going to usher in great change. And there may be some chaos around this, which it seems as though there already is. But he's ushering in great change, this new guy. And this is incredibly guided. This is a very heavenly guided journey. This guy is going to shine a spotlight on a lot of the damage and the suffering that the church, because this is my church card, has brought upon the people. And shining a spotlight on this with this 5 is also going to create some chaos and some great change. And in the end, it's going to be a very happy ending of a cycle that has gone on for a long time. So, did I get that correct? Please and thank you. I got it correct with the Empress, you guys. So rejoice. Great healing is going to start transpiring within that church for the world, because a lot will be revealed. There's going to be a shining light on that, and that's going to help usher in a very happy ending to a cycle that's gone on for a long time, and great healing will come of it, is the secondary message with my yes with that Empress. So that's what we got there, you guys. Now, what was one of the other questions? One of the other questions was, why hasn't the Senate and Congress codified any of these executive orders from President Trump? Now, I have my own thoughts around that, and I'm just going to share them with you. We've all heard Donald Trump talk about this one big, beautiful bill that we're all going to be very pleased with. So let's look at that. I think maybe that's what's going to happen with this one big, beautiful bill. I also believe that our government, this is just what I'm sharing with you, what I believe, right? So I believe our government hasn't actually been working the way it's been presented to be working for quite a long time, because I've believed that the military is in control, soft control. And I've believed that to be happening since Donald Trump came out with the generals in 2020. He came out, there's a video, you guys can find it, did a press conference, and it was either the end of May or the beginning of April that he came out and he said, you know, I'm a wartime president, basically, and we're at war with an invisible enemy. It was about COVID, And they started talking, the generals came forward and they started talking about also being at war with the drug cartels, and how they were not going to let the drug cartels take over, do their slimy deeds that they had planned for us during this time of a bit of weakness during the COVID pandemic. So, in my humble opinion, he was telling us we were at war, and the generals came out from behind him, and I think it was Millie or it was one of them. I can't remember. It was quite a while ago now. I mean, it's 2025. One of the generals came forward anyways, and basically backed that up. We are at war, and I believe that's when the military took over. Donald Trump constantly pointed to his chart, saying that he left office in April. And I don't know that, I know a lot of people picked up on that, but I don't know that the normies did. But anyways, that was when he left office. He constantly pointed to that chart during his campaigning. So that's just more validation that was what was taking place. So anything that we saw from that point forward has probably all been pretend, right? To just keep things flowing along without the normies really knowing exactly what's going on. So I don't believe they've really been able to do what people think they're able to do anyway. And I think that plays into why you haven't seen those executive orders being codified. And I think it's because they're trying to show the people how crooked the government is by deliberately not doing what they would normally do for every other president. Do you know what I mean? There's a purpose to it, I believe. And Donald Trump does keep talking about this one big, beautiful bill. So I'm just going to ask the universe to give us a story as to why the Republicans and the Democrats have not come together and worked it out to codify these bills, because these executive orders. And the Republicans have been having a light shown on them because of it, right? People are saying, why aren't the Republicans pulling their thumbs out of their butts and doing what they're supposed to be doing? Now remember, our entire government was compromised. The Republicans and the Democrats. Maybe the Democrats were more taken over, but there's those old rhinos, and there are dirty Republicans too, please believe me. I mean, it's the same plane, two different wings. So I believe it's to show the people. I think it's more showing the people. And I do think that big, beautiful bill will come into play. So let's just get a story around these EOs and why they haven't been codified. Please and thank you. Give us a 7-card spread, the pathway of why that hasn't happened yet, and then, the story around it. We'll take a look at that. The Hanged Man is there's a stilling of the systems, you guys. Can you guys see this? Can you guys, I think you guys can see this pretty good. All right, so let's take a look at the energy, the pathway that is creating the situation. So the pathway itself is being driven by the Hanged Man, and that's the Hanged Man. And that means it's been stilled. So why hasn't our Senate and Congress come together and codify these bills? Well, because they've been stilled. Right now, they are in limbo. How do we know it's them that's in limbo? Well, because that's who we're asking about. But then you come up from that and they give us the Hierophant going through great change, right? These are the people in power that suck. These are the people in power that are horrible. And so there's a stilling because of those people within these systems. And at the very top, there's some balancing that's taken place within that system. So we need to, like, this is a rejoice, be happy, be happy. Be happy that the system is still being stilled. So the story around it is, regardless of whether those orders have been put into place or not, that's not really all that important because that's already kind of been put behind us. What we're waiting for is to move forward, but the plan's already in hand. So no matter what, these things are going to help us move forward, but we're just not ready to cross that bridge quite yet. Okay? So we will cross it because this is above us, but it's all taken care of, whether we're seeing it play out on the world stage the way that we're accustomed to seeing it or not. These executive orders are already put behind us. Like, this has already been done, and now we're just waiting to move forward with something in this world. So this has been stilled right now, so they can't, it's not going to look as though they are doing anything. There's a reason for it. When we come across from this 2, which is also very balancing, of rods, which is our very physical journey here on this earth plane, saying this is already behind us, we're just waiting to move forward with it. So these executive orders are already taken care of, even though it looks as though to us they have not been codified, okay? And in the future, we will cross that bridge. So in the future, it will appear as though this is finally getting done, all right? But across from this, as we've got this stilled system, it looks as though there's a reason that they're doing it this way with this 6 of Pentacles. So they're doing it this way. I would say they're looking at who has been taking money from who. With this 6 of Pentacles, you'll see the dole out. So who's being bought off? Who's in the pockets of who? You see what I'm saying? And above that, it's because we literally are we're still in the midst of like this information war, this Knight of Swords is like my good military, okay? So the military is still controlling all of this. Because we need to see, or the public needs to see, who's been taking money from who. Because as a rule, as it happened before, and this is why they're stilling it, and this is why great change is coming to these systems. What would happen before is that people would be voted in, supposedly, and they didn't really work for their constituents. They worked for whoever gave them the money and wanted them to pass whatever. And this is all going to come out during this still point. So exposure by who? The military, the good military, the people that are actually in charge are allowing this big exposure to happen within these systems. And we will cross that bridge when it's time. But right now, what I'm getting at least, is that this system is still in limbo. And this is celebratory because at the end of all of this bullshit that we're viewing, everything's going to be balanced and harmonious with that 4 of rods. So that's what I'm getting at least. And did I read this correctly? Please and thank you. And I've got one card that wants to fall out already. And I got the Queen of Swords. So yeah, I read it correctly. straight up information. That's just how it is right now. So, yeah, that's what we're viewing. We're viewing an operation taking place and unfolding and exposing people and stuff. Now, Donald Trump keeps talking about this one big beautiful bill. And we've got this one big beautiful bill. He keeps saying, so does will this one big beautiful bill that he keeps talking about sort of encompass all of these EOs right now? Now, I know I have more questions that you guys asked of me, but I'm going to keep this short, you guys, because I want to try to get it up on Rumble again today. So let's see if that one big beautiful bill has anything to do with these executive orders and yeah, let's just see. Can you give us a yes or a no? Does that one big beautiful bill have anything to do with these executive orders and stuff that that he's signing now? Please and thank you. And then we're going to close off with just a word of advice or whatever, because I want this to be able to go up, and I will address those other questions later. Yeah, that one big beautiful bill is going to end the way old things were done. Let's get a little bit more on that. All right, so the one big beautiful bill is going to end the way the old bills were done. They were done in a way that broke our back and didn't work for us, and you know how they would sneak 1 million things in there. So anyway, it's this one big beautiful bill is going to end that old way of doing things. This needs to happen, you guys. This is being overseen by the world. This is like a whole new era that we're coming into, world over. Because we've been at battle. We've literally been to war. And this cycle is ending. And this whole new beautiful bill is going to transform things completely. And of course, that's my 17 card. So that is literally like the Q operation, the 17, the good military worldwide. See this? Worldwide. This would be all of those countries that capitulated and are working with us. And that's why we see all of these different planes from all of these different countries within our country, and our country's planes over there in other countries. This is an operation that's ending the old way of doing things. Have I just read that right? Please and thank you. I don't want this to be too long. Please and thank you. Did I just deliver that to everyone correctly? Please and thank you with one card. I did. Rejoice. Great healing is on the way again with that Empress. So that's the story with that. And so let's end off this reading with one card that you'd like us to focus on as we move forward in this journey that we call life here on this earth plane, as the energy stands today with the information that we've just been given. One card for us to focus on that can benefit us, give us clarity or advice. Please and thank you. The star, focus on transformation. In the secondary message to that would be, follow the comms and we'll see a lot. Follow the comms, learn to hear how these people are speaking out of both sides of their mouths. Some for the normies and some for people like us that are really trying to dissect everything and be discerning. Walk between the worlds, connect with God, and ground that into the earth, really open up your intuition. Start getting your information from a higher power rather than the 3D plane that is instilling fear into people even today. There's so many people bitching and just reiterating fear porn and regurgitating bullshit. So pull ourselves away from that. I know it gets some likes and clicks, but come on. We're really trying to move into a better time here on the earth plane where this earth is more balanced and less darkness is running rampant, and you know, all this fear is driven by darkness. And I guess these people don't realize when they're pushing it, that's the energy they're working with. So don't fall into the energy of it. Keep your vibes high. Be the star. Walk between the worlds. Ground that heaven into earth. Get your knowledge from a higher power. Ground into earth, you guys. The deeper you go, the higher you can fly, right? And look for the comms. Look for the hints that we are in this white hat operation. The Q comms are definitely hitting one atop the other right now. So full control is becoming more and more obvious all the time. They've got this. So that's what they want to leave us with, you guys. So have a beautiful, beautiful day. Keep your vibes high. Stay in love. Stay in joy. Keep healing yourself. Pull yourself. Fill yourself full of love. See it going into the earth. Filling the earth. Coming out of the earth. Hitting everything upon the earth, and then going out into the ethers and hitting everything out into the ethers, and then fill yourself back up with it again. I hope that you all have a beautiful weekend. I'm going to do another reading directly after this because I'm keeping these ones short. So there'll be 2 going up. But yeah, I love you all. Stay high vibing. I hope you found some value in this, but please do remember that it's just what I'm getting. Take what resonates and toss the rest. That's how we do it. I'm never going to tell you to not follow your intuition. The whole point of what we're going through coming into this different time is that everybody connects more with their higher power, and they're able to get their information from that place of love and light and loving creator and highest self and spiritual team, and be much more connected and much more intuitive. All right, you guys. So you'll be seeing another video shortly. But I love you all. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you very soonish. All right, take care.